What's up, guys? So today we're going to start working on the R2D2 Xbox. I know some of you might even be sick of Xboxes by now, but hey, how can you hate this Xbox? So I have decided, I think I've pretty much decided I'm going to cut little windows in this square, probably in this one as well. But before we even get into that, I haven't taken this apart yet. I know it works. This one I know works. I plug it into the TV, it turns on, it loads games, we're all good. I don't know if I ever mentioned this one also did come with the white Connect as well. So this will be a pretty nice bundle when it's done. The Connect, probably all the Connect games because I'm not going to play them. So we'll include that. Probably a bunch of Star Wars games, C3PO controller, all that good stuff. So first things first, it's time to take this thing apart. I don't even know what kind of motherboard it has, if it's a Corona or a Trinity. I'm sure there's a way to find out through the serial numbers, but I'm going to take it apart anyway. So we'll do that. Also to see what kind of DVD drive it has. As we know, in my clear water-cooled build, I had to get a different motherboard which had a different DVD drive, so I couldn't use the XCM case that has the clear cutout in it. But if this is the right one, maybe we can throw that one on here, clean it up, repaint it. I think that'd be pretty cool to see through this window. And yeah, with all the LEDs and everything. So, all right, let's time to take it apart. All right, guys, we got the whole shell taken off. Now, there's, a little bit of dirt here and there on the outside. Otherwise, it seems to be in really good condition. Looks like there's actually not that much dust on the inside. There's always going to be some on the fan on any console that's been used. Everything else back here looks pretty good. I just also needed to point this out, and I know you would see this every time the disc tray opens, but I have never seen this before. Let's see if we can... Yeah. That's the kind of detail that makes this probably my favorite special edition Xbox they have ever done. Anyway, we'll get this taken apart more. Now it looks like, just based off of this, that I believe that's the other SATA there. This does look like it might be the I don't remember Trinity versus Corona, but it does look like the first motherboard I had that I fried on the Slim. So I just now need to double check the DVD drive here and see if that's the same one. Alright, so yes, this is a Philips Light-On drive, and obviously I would have to check if that's the right one, but I do know it is because the other one had extra screws on the sides as well as the back, but the original one just had these 4 screws here, so I can use that XCM case that already has the cutouts, and obviously I could have just cut this one out, but it's a huge pain in the butt. So we're going to do the XCM one. Now that one I need to completely strip all the paint off of and reprimer it, make it look nice and smooth. And then I also already took the plastic piece that actually covers the holes and I put that on my custom DVD drive on the clear water-cooled Slim. So I will either need to take that one back off or just cut my own little plexiglass circle there, which is probably what I will do. And then like I said, I really want to cut out this section and then probably this section as well in the back. And then obviously you'll still be able to see through here. I don't have another Talus Moon fan and I don't want to take that off of my other console. What we do have is a clear fan shroud that came with the clear case. The Talus Moon one, the whole fan and shroud is all built in as one clear piece. So that's why I did not need the clear shroud for that one. So we'll take this off and just put the clear fan shroud over that. So if I put LEDs around it, it will show through a lot nicer and you'll be able to see it through the vents. And then obviously through these cutouts here. I obviously won't cut this one out, it has the Star Wars logo. And then apart from that, there won't be much else. I mean, obviously it's still very dusty. We're going to clean it all out, put new thermal paste on, of course. Already has blue ring of lights. That's what it comes with, and that's obviously what I think will match the best with this. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. The LEDs will be wired into the hard drive cable like I did on the other Slim. They're 5 volts. I already have it around here somewhere. Um, yeah, I mean, other than that, everything else seems to function well. Like I said, I've already put the clear blue case on the hard drive cover. However, I mean, besides having the clear vent on the bottom, you'll be able to see it a little bit. And then obviously if you take it out, you'll notice it. But, you know, I'm not going to cut into any of this over here. To me, it feels like these here are like templates already for cutting out windows. So it's going to be pretty cool. Let's look at the faceplate. Again, is something I'm not going to mess with. That's just too cool already. So, yeah. Alright, so got the motherboard all cleaned up. Got all the thermal paste cleaned off the chip there, as well as the heatsink. We're going to go ahead and put some new thermal paste on, put the heatsink back on, make sure the rest of this chassis is all dusted up, cleaned up. Then we can put the motherboard back in, and then we can start on some wiring. We'll deal with all the putting in the LEDs, and then we'll move on to taking this apart and seeing if we can put the other case on there, and then we'll go ahead and move on to cutting this stuff out. Alright, we're back in the disgusting garage doing some painting. So I went ahead and found, it's called Satin Ink Blue, and without even bringing a sample to the store of like the accents on the Xbox, I mean, this just makes me think of R2D2 right off the bat, especially when it's on here. I think that's just going to look really good. So the two end pieces, and then like I said, we're going to use the clear vents over the top and bottom there from the clear case. And then also we've got, I haven't painted this one yet, but this is the DVD drive there. We're going to see if this will stick to it really well. There's still a couple tiny spots where that old coppery color is bleeding through. It seems like if there's any bit left on there at all, and I mean, I sanded the heck out of this until I just could barely move my arm. So because it's in the center there, I don't think it'll really be a problem, and there will be, you know, obviously we're gluing a window over top of that, and I may or may not just do like a frosted window thing so it'll hide all the, you know, where it's glued together there. I will probably be cutting into that case. I did tape it off. Obviously, once I start cutting it, there's no going back, so we will be doing windows. And then obviously, if I don't end up cutting it, then there's no reason to be using this case anyway, but I probably will. In fact, it'll probably be the next clip. Alright, so I would say at this point, I am past the point of going back on cutting into this case. I mean, of course I am. That was a joke. So, I got pretty much as close as I would like with using the Dremel, so I'm going to go back and smooth all these out by hand. My plan is to try to keep this silver edge on there and just kind of sand it up to there and get rid of the white. Same with this one here. I left a little more room on this one. It's just a little bit smaller. So we'll go back and sand that up. I might still use the Dremel a little bit on some of these corners, but regardless, I just cut it out. So you can kind of see where you're only going to really see that center part of the DVD drive here. And then back here, I mean, you're kind of just going to see wiring and stuff, but I think we're going to do a frosted window on the DVD drive itself, and then we'll do clear windows here. I did think about like maybe cutting this section out and then just cutting the outside section out here, so kind of the opposite of what I did on these, where I would remove this, keep that middle piece here that has the logo on it, and just, you know, basically remove this little trench around the outside and then put plexiglass behind it. So this would kind of be like a floating piece there, but I don't know, I'm getting a little too carried away with that. I think just having these two windows here would look pretty cool. You'll have the lights coming through, all the vents, and over here, be able to see the window on the DVD drive and all that. So anyway, I'm gonna finish sanding this up. I just got some thermal paste I ordered yesterday because I ran out, so I can get the motherboard back together, and then just do the wiring for the lights. And everything else is pretty much done. I just need to wait for the paint to dry on the trim pieces, and then we'll do a little fit and finish. Alright everyone, I got a little carried away working on this thing, but wanted to end this video. Obviously I got the plexiglass put in, I sanded the edges a little bit better. I got the circle cut out to go over the disk drive plexiglass. I went ahead and sanded the bottom side so it's kind of a frosted look, and then I just put regular plexiglass on top. I also decided to put in a temperature display, which I had bought to use for the Xbox One S, but I looked up the site I got it from. It says they still have like over 100 of these in stock. It's actually frozen CPU. They're going out of business. They announced that back in like April. But yeah, they still have these white display with a red background. They're like $7 plus shipping, obviously. So I got that and the LEDs hooked into the 5 volts on the hard drive wiring harness, just like in the clear slim that we used the 5 volts for. Yeah, other than that, I painted the trim pieces here, same as the DVD drive. And then on this side I've got the clear side put in there. I still got to put the bottom side in. But yeah, other than that, this thing's pretty much done. A couple other quick things, like the controller. I still need to make sure that's all good on the controller. Put the clear bottom on it and put green and blue LEDs on the rockers for the C3PO controller. Next video will be the final reveal of this system. It does come with the white Connect. It'll come with a bunch of Star Wars and Connect games, the C3PO controller, power cord, HDMI, all that stuff. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and then next video we'll probably go ahead and dive right into the eyeball Xbox. I guess we'll just call it that. Going to be using probably this stuff that'll be inset here for water cooling, and we'll figure out exactly which radiator we're going to use and all that fancy stuff. So this one, we got somebody interested that should be we'll be trying to finish this pretty quickly. I should have everything I need. I already have tubing and obviously pump, reservoir, radiator, bunch of fittings and everything. So we'll get this one going, and then probably once we're done with that one, I do have a couple other Xbox projects, but I think we're going to try to do one of the PSPs. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you like this system, this will also be available soon after the Halo Xbox. So yeah, have a good one.